Well, I clicked start streaming, and then it's like, oh, you need to click go live, and I'm like, wait, there's another button. God damn it, another one? Oh no, so good. Hey, it does say we're live now. Well, I clicked start streaming, oh and then it's
God.
like, oh, you need to
Oh
click go
God.
live, and I'm like, wait,
Triple
there's
audio.
another button.
No, Nick, shut it up.
Damn it.
There you go. There you go. I could. Oh wow. There are people. There are people in chat. How weird. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that thing. Hey, welcome to Catching Out. Woo! Um, shall we start with the intro scene? I think that's like the done thing, right? And then we can like properly start talking. All right, let's go. And we're back. Woo! I will turn it up. I'll take the feedback and turn it up a little bit. But yeah, this is definitely like not the face of someone who knows what they're doing. So we'll just run with it. We'll just run with it. Um, that's fair. That's fair. I can't even argue with that. Yeah. So excited, so excited. I've heard you're getting the gang back together with the whole mud slot. Is this true? Um, sort of. Anyway, so yeah, welcome to Catching Out. Yeah, we talk dodgeball and stuff. British dodgeball more specifically. But yeah, critically. Um, yeah. Anyway, um, dodgeball news. Is there anything immediate to update on since last week? It was yesterday. I don't know. I saw the thing posted today. I think yeah, that's true. That's true. You rolled. Fair. It's great. We're starting the podcast off exactly where we left off last time, talking more about bees. Right, sure. I think I have video evidence to the contrary. Um, so yeah, congrats to bees. Just saying, Leeds got there first, but you know, Northern clubs are definitely the best. Um, I don't know. I don't know if Feathers is trolling or not, to be honest. Oh no. Wait, 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 wait. He's not wrong. I'm not getting any audio coming through. Right, neither of you working. Why is that not working? Yeah, I don't even know. That too. Keep speaking.
He keeps trying to ruin
There we go.
everything
There
about
we
the
go.
podcast.
We have audio.
Oh, it's what?
We have audio. Jesus, I don't know what OBS was doing there. It was picking
But
from
I
the
was
wrong audio
enjoying chatting
source.
shit about Bevers.
Yeah.
Does that mean to say it all again?
Yeah. Cheers, Bevis, pointing that out. um, yes, you
Yes.
would. Yes, you would, Charles. Um, Silent podcast is the big podcast. Yeah. Anyway, starting from the beginning.
Stop
Welcome
getting distracted by chat.
welcome to the Action Out podcast. I've not had a chat before. This is like new to me.
This is
Exactly.
terrible.
So yeah, we've already done. Like yeah, congrats to Bees doing 10 years.
Yeah, that's the summary of everything I said
Yeah.
there.
No.
I'm not saying it all again.
No.
That's Nick's fault.
Colin did like a really big emotional
Quality.
speech about how amazing Bees was and how far they've come. So
You've
congratulations.
heard it. You've heard
Bees.
it all before.
You've
you know.
come a long way. We're all proud of you. Any other updates from anyone about dodgeball in general?
Dodgeball leagues are streaming this weekend, so if you're not interested in watching the English and you're injured, then watch the Italian one.
So yeah, Italian streams. Are they on Twitch or are they doing it through?
I think so, yeah. They've
Imagine
got links
that
on there if
dodgeball
you.
TV thing.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah.
Dodgeball TTV.
Go find it there. The only other thing I have to say is I went to a level 2 coaching thing at the weekend, which was really cool to go to. We went to with a bunch of the York lot, and we were the only people there who play dodgeball. Everyone else was sort of like kid PE teachers and stuff like that at primary school. You laugh. I mean, I'm going to say play in inverted commas, sure.
Yeah, there you go.
But it was cool to see like how many people were coming in to like learn about sport and like teach it to kids and primary school kids, and like pretty good teachers as well. So you definitely feel like the kids will enjoy the sport from the way that their teachers are teaching it. Because like I mean, I definitely enjoyed some of the drills that they were running and stuff. So
Is this one of those moments where it's like they taught me more than I taught them? That's what I'm getting. I'm getting like those kids TV show vibes, you know.
yeah, let's say it's that. But yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, go on. Any other news?
Not from me. Nothing
That's
that I'm
good.
aware of. Anyway, on to fixtures. So we're looking at fixtures for this weekend coming up. Oh, there's a big thing that we forgot to talk about. It's the whole point of the thumbnail. English Open happened.
Like that. Go
Listen,
back.
that sounds like
Be
a
right-
you fault.
Be right back, Men's Super League. English, the English Open happened. I can't remember. It was Derby Women's won it with Bedford Mighty Eagles Women's second and Storm
Storm third.
Women's on
Storm third,
Yep.
yeah.
And then the men's, I just know Rangers won it. I didn't really follow the rest of it. Who came second and third?
That's about all I remember.
Sweet.
Pretty sure the Derby men come. I think they were top three.
Yeah, I think they were top three, but
Who cares?
can you remember? Can you remember?
Leeds weren't there, Bees weren't there, we don't care.
Yeah, the North wasn't represented.
Was anybody like really there?
That is a valid question about all opens. Like, do open? Well, that was the whole point of it. It's like, do opens count really? Like, I know Bevers
It's so weird.
like Bevers keeps them in his like scaling thing, but really,
In terms of that, they're kind of worthwhile in that regard for his statistics.
but they're not the same. Like the result between like I think it was Wessex Wolves against the Eagles. There was like one set difference in it.
7-5.
Like you would, like if you got that in National League, that set difference is going to be significantly different. So it's like,
Yeah, but like
Does it-
it's
does
like
it matter?
it's like in other sports where they have like like FA Cup and football vibes where they play like a half a second team kind of thing. Like you still have to beat what's in front of you, no matter what the obstacles are. Like but the thing is that like it wasn't like everybody was there. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, no.
the fact that
Mm.
Derby came second and Norwich came third, like you're obviously missing a lot of big teams.
But like, imagine being a player that or a team that like ups your rating by showing out at opens. And
Listen, all I want
and
is the
being
Worker Bees
fifth in
beating
National
Storm
League.
1. As long as the Worker Bees beating Storm 1's part of the statistics, I don't care.
yeah, fair enough. Anyway,
all those years ago.
I mean, it is interesting. Like Derby, I don't think Derby won the first Open. I can't remember who. Oh, was it? Who was the women's who won the first one? I know Leeds came second, but can't remember.
God,
who won.
that Open doesn't count at all. Like, no. There were 5 women's teams.
Yeah, true. But yeah, like I can't remember if Derby's won both of them. That's all. Because like I know not Rangers.
Probably.
I know
Derby go
Rangers
to
won
every
Yeah.
single Open, and
Yeah.
it's
Derby
one of
showed
the
up for the
reasons
proper
why.
team.
Yeah, they usually kind of go in like 90% full force.
Sure. But yeah, it's yeah. I mean Rangers like what they're 5th in the Super League and they've won both the Opens.
And we're
Um,
probably the highest rated team there.
Yeah.
Other than
I mean, the thing with the Opens is that, like, because it's such a... I can see myself freezing. It's really frustrating. I can see it. Because it's like such a short time span, then if you do like a clutch play that's just lucky, then that has a much, much bigger impact on the game. So it does kind of feel as if the results sometimes get skewed by luck, but that doesn't mean that those aren't still deserved winners at the end of the day. Like, they showed up with a good team, they played the games in front of them. That doesn't devalue it, it just doesn't mean that it's necessarily as valuable.
But yeah.
That makes sense.
So yeah,
Did I
yeah,
cut out?
definitely. No. I agree. I'm trying to do what Colin says and not get distracted by chat, which is.
oh my god, you're so bad at it.
I
You
I
are
am.
so
I am.
bad.
I am bad at it.
Go on, answer the question. Answer the question. You know you
Never.
want
We're
to.
not. We're not talking about it ever. We're not talking. We're not talking about mixed league. No one cares about it. No one sends their full
You
blast
were
teams.
etching. You were etching to reply to that comment
I
the moment
was.
it came up. I could see your little
I was like,
smile on your face as I read it.
Yep.
Dear God.
But yeah, anyway, back to the point. Yeah, I don't know, it's an interesting one, Opens, but I don't think they really count for much. Leagues are the ones that matter, especially when that's where all the full teams are. That's what people are really fighting for. Having the most. Sorry, go on.
Sorry, there was a gap there and I thought I'd jump in. But just like if you start discounting certain results based on the background that they're on, then it opens up a huge, huge can of worms. Like, should we count results that happen in a hall where it's wall to wall? Should we count it where it's wall and net? Or, you know, where the balls were underinflated? Or, you know, like, there's so many different situations in which you could just say, no, let's not count those results. So I think there's just so many variations of dodgeball, and yeah, ideally we'd just have so much dodgeball of the main kind that we wouldn't have to discount it. We could just discount every other result, but because we don't, I fully get Feathers using all the results he can get. If he can get results from 6-7 years ago for Beagles when, you know, half the team weren't even playing for them, then fair, why not?
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't on Court 2 live stream, then does it really count anyway? Like,
Exactly.
there's no proof. So, anyway, that's enough on Opens. Let's go on to League, which is what people hear us talk about. Men's Super League this weekend.
Yes, it is. I think there's a few leagues happening this weekend, actually.
Oh, thanks, Colin. Jeez, I knew there was a reason I asked you to be on this podcast. You're so helpful.
Mixed is also happening this weekend.
That's not a
Sorry,
thing.
what's
It's not
that?
a thing. Doesn't exist. Does not exist.
Yeah, didn't recognize it.
I might play it the odd time, and even I think it doesn't exist.
Oi, I love Mixed League. I'm really looking forward to playing both matches this weekend.
Oh yeah, if you turn up and play for fucks to you, have the time of your life. You're playing
Against,
dodgeball.
you know, against the two teams that won't be there. I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, that's drama for a different day.
Yes.
We'll let it actually happen first before we talk about it.
I'm angry about it preemptively.
Amazing.
You and Halfily. Anyway, Men's Super League.
Super.
Go on, Nick. You like to point out what your favorite match to.
I mean, the thing is,
Matches
I
to
can't
look
remember what the
forward.
table looks like, so I don't really know what's important or what's not. Like,
This is why I like the whole like results table and then fixtures, because then we
Yeah.
can like have a refresh.
We're never doing this format again.
Ever
again. We're just blasting it out, even if it takes 3.5 hours to do in one night. It's in one night and go through it all.
If we have to do a 24-hour podcast,
Just to cover everything that's happened the last evening.
we will call in sick for work and make you all suffer the consequences. Oh, we'll never do that. Please don't do that. Anyway, yes. I wonder who bees are playing this week.
I mean, okay, to preface what's happening, this league meet is the reverse fixtures of the very first league meet. So all the stuff that we said in the first pre-nationals chat can somewhat apply now, except for the fact that we now know stuff about the teams because they've played
So
it
why
a bit
are
more.
you doing this episode? Just listen to the first episode.
Just
of
listen,
season.
yeah, go back, listen to the first episode, which was only an hour and a half because it was super timed. But yeah, I guess like now understanding what's gone on, like the two games that we highlighted at the beginning of the year, which was the Meteors Rangers and the Spartans Rangers, which were the top three teams of the year before. It's complete different light this year because Rangers are currently fifth. They're tied with third and fourth on points, but separated by set difference. This has more importance for Rangers than it did before, but at the same time, does this also mean that it's like based on how they're playing this year that Meteors and Spartans are more comfortably going to win this?
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
Cool. Right. Insightful conversation from my co-host there. Moving on.
They just don't really. I just don't look at them and go, you really play like you're gonna win a lot of big games. You know what I mean?
Rangers.
What Rangers?
Yeah, I don't.
You're saying that they
English Open champions, as Ross would say.
Oh, and there's your quote mentioned, Ross. You're in.
Oh, the quote I was going for was we're gonna silence Meteors, but whatever. That was the quote I was gonna do, but I definitely didn't say it, Ross. I definitely didn't say it. That's between me and you, mate. Yeah, no, I don't know. I've watched them a few times, and they're obviously like comfortable where they are on the table and stuff, but they just don't look like the hard-hitting team that I used to see from them. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't seem to be clicking the way it used to.
Nah, it's true. It is true. I don't know why. Like,
Either do I. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like, they've still got seriously strong, especially wingers. I think they don't seem. The big thing I noticed was that they don't seem to be surviving their aggressive attacks as much. Maybe people just aren't like scared of the aggressive, but then I look at Meteors who do it as well, and they're still winning a hell of a lot of games. I really don't know.
I think it's kind of unfortunate for them that this falls this side of the mid-season break.
Yeah.
Because like if they had all that time to regather and like resort their stuff out, they might actually stand like a pretty good chance in these matches. But based on their recent performance, I mean, you wouldn't necessarily expect them to go into this as favourites or even particularly competitive. I think Meteors and Spartans will know how to handle it and go forward.
The one thing that I think might go in their favour is having the tougher game first, in that if they can come out of that quite sharp and knowing what they need to work on, it could help them in a way against Spartans. I've seen it happen before. But other than that, I just don't really see that killer instinct in them. Like they used to bin off some of the best players in the league easily and take a lot of big sets. Like, to be fair, their match against Bees, like they were really strong then, and they put us under a lot of pressure that we couldn't handle, which is their bread and butter. I just haven't seen that in just a lot of their games that I've watched.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, the three matches outside of our match to catch, which I'll like to say that I'm relatively interested in, is the Storm Spartans game. I think will be a pretty tasty one after some of Storm's performances.
Especially Storm winning it last time, definitely.
Yeah,
Spartans would be looking to come out and prove a point, to be fair.
Yep. Same with the Storm Bees game. I know the last time that was a pretty, not one-sided, but Bees definitely won that pretty comfortably. But also
that was just the competitive nature between the two teams,
Yeah. And then that last one would be the Wessex Silverbacks game because they both desperately need points.
Same with Silverback Storm too, as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I was like, where the hell's that? Yep. Coincidentally, refed by Storm.
It's
Is that allowed?
The the interesting thing about that Storm reffing, obviously, other than the fact that Storm was reffing Storm 2, which is funny, but Storm play Spartans, then ref, then play Bees. They don't have time to sit out and like unpack what happened in the Spartans match. So that could actually end
Oh
up being
yeah.
kind of annoying for them, and kind of a bit. That's a bit harsh for them not having that
You
time
don't
to
usually see.
sit out and group.
No. I will say there's like it's definitely been a bit weird with the reffing this year because like I noticed when I was putting this graphics together that we're getting Virtue reffing our games for at least the third time this year, and I'm like, given there are
Is this a formal complaint?
no, it's not, but like it's like I wonder who we're only getting like who's only refereeing us once then like if that makes sense because like is this happening in all the other leagues? I've not looked at it for all the others. I've just noticed it because it affects us. But yeah, it's an interesting one. Like I don't know what's going on with the reffing and how that works. But yeah, you don't normally see that where you're playing playing. Normally they try and at least put you on after you after you played, so reffing after you played, or letting you ref, then have a break, then play, which is obviously not possible all the time.
It's a very copy and paste template. Like
Yeah,
there's a reason why like us and soldiers always play at the same time every single league meet.
Yeah. It makes you wonder,
without
how have we
fail.
got an odd number of times that we're being refed by a team?
Because it'll be pretty much like the same team copy and pasted in across. Because I imagine if I look back at the footage, you'll probably see a shit ton of the same team refereeing us as well.
Yeah.
Imagine it's not a you problem.
No, I doubt it is. I just the maths of it, it's sort of like. Anyway, anything else you want to say on those matches before we go on to our match to catch?
No, not really. I think it's all been said.
Just a big week for Silverbacks if they want to make sure that they don't get relegated.
Yeah. Arguably for Wessex as well, right? Like, I mean, at least for well, not as big, but like they need to win those games against Silverbacks and stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean,
and
it's
even
a big week
maybe
for everyone.
Derby.
Get relegated, they have to win their matches. But it's especially big for Silverbacks because they've got 2 winnable matches there that they need to get wins on if they want to win, if they want to stay up, rather.
Yeah, definitely. Right, on to match to catch. It is the Sheriff's Derby game. Maybe a bit controversial for our decision there. I don't think it is, to be honest.
There are so many interesting matches we could pick, to be fair. I think that's why it's a struggle when we're looking at that like matchup schedule, is just that a lot of them seem quite interesting, and because it's the midpoint as well in the league, then we can see that there's an impact, but we can't necessarily see what the end is going to look like yet, so it's very hard to pinpoint one specific match and be like, that's the one that's going to alter everything. But yeah, should be an interesting match.
Yeah, so people's predictions. I'll state mine.
State your case.
State my case. I mean, Sheriffs. I think they've been on an upward trend, and Derby's been on a downward trend in terms of results lately and form. I mean, obviously they did pretty damn well at the Open, but like outside of that,
doesn't count.
in real matches. Yeah, I just think Sheriffs have got it. They've been playing really well, and they're definitely they're fighting to climb upwards. So yeah, I back Sheriffs there.
Oh, it's a really tough one because like Derby is just always that team that like are really close to winning against. They came really close against Spartans at one point. Get B's a hell of a game. Like, I'm pretty sure the Storm one, I think, is the one in my head where it's also really close. Like, they're beating teams that are they're coming up close against teams that are high up, but there's that big gap because they just keep falling short. Like you said, Sheriffs are on the up, but no, I'm gonna screw it. No, actually, I'm gonna go Sheriffs. I bottled it last second.
Pathetic.
I bottled that. I talked myself out of it last minute.
Incredible scenes here.
Had to pick Dave Prestige. That's all. That's the only reason for it.
So, what are you going for?
I hate going third because now it's just going to look like I'm copying you.
Well, do you want me to do Bevis first, and then it definitely looks like you're copying whatever Bevis said.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be Sheriffs. I think Derby are definitely the underdogs coming into this, not just because they're going down, like you said, but also because, like, I think even at the start of the season, it wouldn't have been it would have been surprising, I guess, to see Phantoms win against Sheriffs. I can't remember what the
Their
match
level.
result was the last time.
I can't remember, but I
Match
do know
what
that
last time?
they're
Yeah,
level on
was it
points
last
in
time?
the league.
That
Yeah.
the last match to catch for this one was Storm Bees.
No.
No,
What was the
Sheriffs
result
versus
the last
Derby.
time these
Derby won
matched?
because Derby were undefeated until the
Yeah.
last.
Oh yeah. Oh wow,
Yeah.
Derby have really gone downhill for a while, haven't they?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But
Like,
that was a surprise result at the time. I remember, like that was.
Well,
that was a
nobody
surprise
expected
that nobody
Derby to
expected.
play at Super League level as quickly as they
Yeah.
did. To give credit where credit's due, like
Yeah.
their disciplined style of play really threw people off at the start because everybody just kind of went, it's Derby, which for a long time was very fair.
I mean, yeah,
That's the thing.
having said that, like you also, if you look at the flip side of it, like we were saying about Sheriffs, they've taken a while to warm up into the league, and they've just put together like this good series of results since then. Really, like that close result against Meteors? They lost by one set.
And bees as well.
Yeah, like they're definitely on the up, and you have to sort of give them credit for that.
Yeah, true. No, you definitely do. Definitely do.
I wonder as well, like it's the thought I have whenever a team that gets promoted does particularly well, or a player even that gets like brought up does particularly well on their first thing, is just how much of that comes down to your opponents not knowing how to play you necessarily. And so while you're at a disadvantage when you start the season as a newly promoted team because you don't know, you're new to the league and you're trying to like break into that level, like you were saying. There is a small element of you have a bit of an element of surprise. Everyone knows how Derby plays, but they're going to underestimate them in those first matches. By halfway through the season, that element's gone completely. You don't have any kind of surprise whatsoever. So yeah, I wonder how much of that might have impacted things earlier on in the season. They were very strong at the start.
Definitely. Do we want to go into Men's League One? Do we want to look at the table quickly, just to remind ourselves, or go straight into fixtures?
You do, you boo.
Oh, fine. Do a quick reminder for people. So we've got Nighthawks for audio listeners. We've got Nighthawks at the top, who are a win ahead of Worker Bees on 15 points, who are only a singular draw point ahead of Cyclones, who are in third on 14 points, who are a draw point ahead of Spartans and Mighty Eagles, who are on 13 apiece, but Spartans 2 are ahead on set difference. Then you got Rangers 2 in 6th, Leeds Owls in 7th, slightly adrift at that point, and then you've got Thunder Dodge Sheriffs and Virtue Empire, all within one win of each other at the bottom. But a two win difference between Owls and Thunder Dodge. Yeah, just a quick recap there. But yeah, let's go on to fixtures.
We are for the audio listeners with reading out the entire table or just saying bits of the table sometimes. Like sometimes we do the whole thing.
We just do whatever mood we're in.
We sometimes remember, sometimes we don't. I mean, like, you could tune into the live stream and tell us, tell us we've forgotten something.
We forgot
Cool.
Mixed League.
Oh shit, yeah. Wait, what's that again? Anyway.
How do you ban Zoe from a Discord call?
Insta kick.
Insta kick.
Cool, yeah. I mean, the big game straight away is Workers v Nighthawks, top 2 going at it. Cool. That'll be a big one in terms of how much Nighthawks stay ahead, because if you guys win that, you've bridged that gap, that 1-win gap. But if you lose it, it will increase it to 2 wins.
That's not even the bit that's like scary, to be honest. The scary bit is we have like 3 teams that are within 2 points of us. And I imagine Cyclones will walk away with 2 wins after that. Spartans 2, probably definitely 1 win probably. And then I'd imagine it'll be 2 wins for them, again closing the gap. And I can't remember who the other team that's close to us is. Maybe Beagles, and Beagles are suffering now that Arnie's out for pretty much the season.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a huge game for a lot of different reasons. So we're hoping to really, come out of the blocks running and hit them where it hurts. Because I'll be honest, after the first time playing them this season, I'd like to do a lot better.
Really, Colin, I wonder why.
That result sticks out a bit in my head sometimes.
What was it, like 22-6 or something?
I think it was
Jesus.
25-3. I think it
Oh, it
was.
was worse. Gee, okay, yeah. No, it was a bad result.
It was.
I mean,
But, like,
it's same for us, to be fair.
it's all right. I don't judge you.
That's a
No,
lie.
like, not publicly. No, like we're feeling really good going into it. The team has come on leaps and bounds from that first meet. So yeah, we're looking to give them a much better game this time. That's all I really have to say on it, to be honest. And then we're gonna go continue next streak of losing to bees.
Yep, let's do that. I say it's an interesting one because there are some other like quite significant games when you look around the fixtures, because like you've got Beagles v MK is going to be quite an interesting one, given I know Beagles won that one fairly comfortably last time, but with the change up of who they've got and stuff, and MK looking on good form at the moment, you'd probably say MK are a bit more favoured there. And then Rangers against Spartans 2, I would have said was a good game, but based on Rangers 2's performance against MK, like, yeah, they could definitely have done better. But they could have. They just didn't play as the team that I've seen them play as this season. They just like completely folded, and it was just bizarre to watch. Like, they could definitely have won that game. They won it the week before, or the league meet before, but they just just completely melted. Like, just no teamwork whatsoever, and MK just stayed solid and won the sets and got a good score because of it. But yeah.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Zoe.
I was gonna say, all you just said was about Rangers, right?
Yeah.
It could also have been applied to Spartans too, is pretty much every word that you said. They've been like falling apart a little bit. They've just been not quite themselves on court recently, and just a lot of weird results. I think that's going to be an interesting.
That could be a really spicy match, yeah.
It could be a really spicy match, and it could be an interesting one to see if either of them can kind of like pick themselves up and use that as a way of sort of propelling themselves forward, since it's the first match for both of them that day.
Yeah, fair point. I think also like. I know you guys won't care about it because you don't seem to care about the bottom of the table, but I care about it. And Sheriff's 2 Virtue is a big game. Bottom 2 of the table.
Go on. You tell them why. You tell the people why they should care.
Because there's 1 point separating them, and they both want to survive, I'm sure. And a win going either way makes a massive difference. Virtue beat them last time, which I think, based on Sheriff's 2's results since then, is a bit of a surprise. And also seeing that Virtue have lost to Thunder Dodge twice now, I think, really, doesn't paint Virtue in a good light. But also then it says even more for Sheriffs, and they're going to have to bounce back and win this one. I know they've had a rough going in terms of some of the results, but they have played better since then. And yeah, I'd expect them to win. Expect them to win that. But it is hugely important for both teams, because if they want to catch up, Sheriffs especially, if they want to catch up and bring Thunder Dodge back into the mire of the bottom. I know Thunder Dodge are only 1 point ahead of them, but yeah, it could be interesting.
I can guarantee you that if it wasn't for the fact that First was playing second, Nick would have been all over picking Virtue and Sheriffs for match to catch with a fucking passion. He would have been gunning for it.
Damn straight I would. I
want you to get like a Virtue Empire tattoo at some point.
Get the chains across the chest.
Oh my god, yes, please.
I mean, that'll be like the equivalent of like anyone who's an NFL fan, instead of Coco Chains, it'll be Nico Chains. Like... yeah, that's how bad it would be.
Oh my god, I'm here for it.
But yeah. Anyway, like yeah, I think that sums up like some of the big games for what's going on. It will happen pretty early on in that session. Be quite significant. I'm interested to see how our game will go again, but yeah, we'll just have to see how we perform. Could be good fun. I'm sure it's just going to be fun anyway, right? Like we all love each
Yeah,
other.
dodgeball.
Yeah. Um, not the fact that we
Let's
know each other. It's just because it's dodgeball. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
let's see if Nick does the whole throw the arms up late as I'm about to throw at him to stop me hitting him again. You know.
It's not my fault you're blind to seeing who's been hit before. Okay. Like,
No, 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 no. It took you ages.
get good,
mate.
mate. Get good. Anyway.
Baited it out of me. Baited
Yeah,
it
yeah.
out of me.
Sure. Anyway,
Can't wait to see Colm get a yellow card for hitting you after you're already out.
I will
You
throw
put your
this time.
hands up and he'll just smack you.
I will throw this time.
I will do everything I need to get that yellow card. I will start crying on pitch if I need to. I will be limping off court. Oh, whatever. Grow up. Like,
Oh yes, I'm in his head already. I love it. I love it.
Anyway, right. Our match to catch is Bees versus Nighthawks for all the reasons that we mentioned above. I'm going to start off because screw you for being a dick there.
Oh yeah, that's the reason.
Yeah, that's the reason. That's the reason. Give me Nighthawks any day.
Buzz, 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 bees.
Oh God, you're so.
I'm surprised you didn't
predictable.
already. I'm surprised you didn't already have it ready. I'll be honest.
To be fair, that is on me. I do apologise to our listeners.
Poor form.
Yeah. What do you
Go
expect
on,
from me? To be
sorry.
fair,
Do you go for the old club loyalty, or do you go for who you actually think will win? Or could it be both? You know, that's me putting words in your mouth.
Overlap, you don't know.
Yeah, I could, honestly, yeah.
where's
know,
where's the coin flip?
Yeah, Nighthawks did very well at the Open, I think, didn't they?
Yeah, they were like second or third. Yeah.
Or third, sorry.
Yeah, but workers have been really good recently, and not to talk too much about what happens behind closed doors, but at training they were looking pretty fucking good. So I'm gonna have to give it to workers
Lame.
because of
Lame.
inside knowledge alone. I think if you'd asked me before Tuesday, I probably would have said Nighthawks.
Bevers, I've got your back. Okay, I'll join you on this one. We'll climb the points board. I haven't looked at what happened after the last one. I don't know what the scores are. I'll have to update it. But yeah. Just to mention in the comments of what Bevers was saying to us when we asked for his prediction. It's a 72.8% chance of winning for Nighthawks with a big oof afterwards. So yeah, sucks to be Bees. He did put the.
He's never right.
We've proven it's more accurate to flip a
Jesus.
coin. You'd get a better percentage if you voted against what Bevers says every time.
I believe in you, Bevers. It's all good. Bevers and your maths.
Nick, don't want to say anything, but there's a bit of brown on your nose there, mate.
Oh shit! How do I get off?
Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Anywho. On to when it let me change it. On to Men's League 2. So just quick refresh of the table. No
Nothing's
changes.
changed.
Nothing's changed. Everyone's in the same position. For
You must
audio
have been a happy
listeners,
boy to see that.
oh god, yeah, it makes. Well, no, actually, because there's so much change the week before, I had to change everything to no change. So no. If everyone had gone back to the position the week before, then I'd be very happy. But so yeah, for audio listeners, Ronda undefeated at the top with 20 points. Silverbacks with a single loss to Ronda with 18 points. Then they got a 5-point gap before Storm 3 and Mustangs. They're on 13 points, both with 3 losses and a draw. Stafford Raptors are down in 5th with a loss and a draw behind. Wizards and Phantoms 1 point behind that. And then Wessex Wolves and Cyclones and Soldier Bees at the bottom of the table, all with at least a win and a half between them. So, yeah, pretty static. Don't see anything changing after this league meet, to be perfectly honest. So, the only thing that really matters for this league is mid-table and that third place battle, I guess, because you've got 5 teams between third and seventh, if I do my maths correctly.
Quick maths.
Quick maths, yeah. Anyway, fixtures.
Go on. There's more purple on than I remember.
Always thought, every single time. And then I get mocked for being like, oh, it's so much blue and purple. It's like, not kit-wise, but visually, yes.
Factually, there is more purple because I've put the referees on, so therefore there is more purple.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's definitely it. That makes a lot of sense. Thanks, Nick.
Proportionally, that means there's still the same amount of purple.
Anyway. Yeah, proportionally, but like actually, like
you know, whenever you just need some wins, just give me this one. I'm having to sit in a call with Nick, you know. Like...
You did this of your own free will. That's on you. That's on you, buddy.
And leave.
So obviously we've got the Welsh Derby again, which was only decided by one set last time. I'll definitely try and keep an eye on that if I can at this meet. But yeah, anything else that jumps out to people?
Raptors refereeing in blue.
Oh God, yeah, that's in Thunder Dodge blue as well. I didn't change that. Oh, sorry, Raptors.
You fucked up.
That's what jumps out to me. Otherwise,
I love that. That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
My bad. I'll fix that.
That's why it seems like there's more blue and purple. Proportionally, there is.
Like
that's so painful.
In theory, the Storm 3 Silverback 2 could be good.
In theory, but we don't actually think
theory.
Listen,
we don't actually think it's going to be good. To be fair, the same thing we said about.
Close. The word you were looking for there was close.
And to be fair, like another game that could be good is Mustangs Derby 2. With Phantoms 2's performance out of late, you wouldn't be surprised if they come out with a win out of that one. They've had some good results lately, so definitely one to watch for there. But yeah, I think the rest of the games, it's a bit of a dull league, guys. Like spice it up, you know, do something interesting. It's like that meme. It's like
it's no Women's League One, you know.
It's no Women's League One.
It's next favorite league in the world.
It's the best league. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say about this league. Just gotta wait and see what happens at the weekend.
Same.
I'd like an upset to happen in one of these. Like I'd like something really surprising to happen in this league.
But what would be surprising? What like
more than beating Ronda?
Would that be surprising though? Because it's the Derby and we know that they like perform better like at that point.
Because I don't know if I've mentioned this before, Carmarthen have really underperformed this year.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't be surprising if they started performing at the rate that we knew that they could. Like, what would be more surprising? What would be more surprising is Soldier Bees come and beat like Storm 3. That'd be more surprising.
I think that'd be more funny, to be honest.
That would be fucking hilarious. It'd be great to come on.
Sam Robinson would have his tail tucked between his legs and go out and St. George's Park crying. And you know you are.
But yeah, I don't know. Like the rest of them, like they could go either way, and I don't think it really matters too much. Like if Cyclones beat Mustangs, it'd be a bit of an upset. Yeah, I know. It's such a hard league to be enthusiastic about. Sorry, guys. We tried.
Tried. I tried to draw something out of him, and Nick was just like, "No, shut the fuck up," you know.
No, it's a boring league. Boring people. I hate everyone in this.
Stop trying to have an opinions column.
Yep. And anyway, on that note, our match to catch, if you would want to catch a match from this this league, is Silverbacks 2 versus Storm 3.
I just want to remind people of what Nick said mere moments ago. You know, we're really excited to go watch this game.
Yep.
Yeah. The Welsh Derby will also be good. It's just, I feel like it's not surprising what the outcome's going to be for that.
it's also that was the fact we done it the last time and
Yeah, I
blew up,
know. That's
blew up,
the
blew
actual
up in our
reason why I can't
faces,
do it.
you know.
Yeah.
You know. So Nick has selected Silverbacks. Do you want to explain that, or do you just want to just
what I'm doing is trying to like.
reclip yourself?
Well, what I'm trying to do is like, so I'm not sure if anyone saw, but apparently Storm 3 had a bit of a get together, a bit of a huddle to discuss how they're going to perform
I've
there.
seen this. I was gonna mention.
So they are trying to sort their shit out, because apparently third place is just not good enough for them. But yeah, it's that, and also just like, you know, got 3 fans over there. I just think I need to like poke them a bit, like stoke the fire for them to actually turn up and play well this weekend. So thank me later, Storm 3.
So you're voting for Silverbacks for no reason to do with Silverbacks?
Well, I mean, you know, as they pointed out to me, they were undefeated until they lost to Ronda, so you know that too.
No, I
So are
Silverback.
Derby and you pick Sheriffs, you know.
I'm voting Silverbacks because, like Silverback said, they're undefeated except for Ronda. I feel like it's a statistically obvious choice.
God, the things
I'm-
the
There you
things
go,
in
Silverbacks.
the things
Statistically
neutral zone,
obvious.
the things the neutral zone will be saying to us, because they're saying like undefeated except for the win and loss to to Ronda. Oh,
Defeated
dear.
by English teams.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm picking Silverbacks because Sam
We
Robinson
need to stop
plays
all
for
voting
Storm.
for the same thing.
No, I don't want to fall any further back in the predictions. That's why.
That's genuinely going to become an issue.
Yeah.
And
What do you want us to like? What do you want us to do? Like send it to Nick in a
I want you to
message
get it
beforehand?
wrong. I want you to vote for Storm and get it wrong.
Even Bevers went for it. Like, come on.
I mean, for the record, he's got quite a convincing win for Silverbacks with 64.8% of a win
Yeah,
ratio.
it's almost like this shouldn't have been the match to catch, but unfortunately we don't want to pick the Welsh Derby again.
Well, we learned from our mistakes when Wessex win and got victory for their
Even
boots.
then, right? Would you really be picking the Wizards for that win?
No,
Nah.
absolutely not. We'd all be voting for Ronda, but it
So
would be
the
funny.
same thing.
This is
But it
based.
would be more interesting to listen to.
At
We'd
least,
have
at
something
least
to
last
say.
time. Last time, we at least like I believed in Camarthen, and it bit me
Yeah.
in the ass. I don't want to be bit in the ass again. Hey, cheeky, stop that.
This could be the Sunday that Carden win, just to show us up for not saying that it was going to be the.
Oh,
Carden
and the
match.
absolute gas they'll get from this podcast if they do. Like,
Oh, I can't. You know what? I hope it. I
if they
really
do,
want
I
to hear them. I want to hear them in my face going, "We fucking proved you wrong." I want that.
Yes,
I
bring
want
it
that
on.
so bad.
If Carmarthen win, can we all come dressed up as wizards for the next episode?
That was so left field.
I
was
don't
so
quite know how to respond to that.
So
that's a yes,
I
Andre.
will if we do it, I will 100% be doing Harry Potter puns the entire time. I'm just putting it out there. You know. So go on, Wizards. We challenge
sure,
you to
sure.
go on the.
I-
We
I-
challenge you.
I'll agree to that. I'll agree to that. If Wizards win, we turn up in Wizards outfits.
Nice.
Nice.
Go on.
We've
Why
said
not?
we've said it on live stream now. It's got to happen.
Hit myself
That means
right now.
legally we have to now. Otherwise, we'll
Legally,
go to
it's a contractual obligation.
Oh my god! What the fuck has just happened?
Right, we have quickly, because we haven't talked about them at all. Men's League 3 results. Got to do the whole shebang because we completely forgot about them. As I said in the chat, justice for Men's League 4. We need justice for Men's League 3 as well. I don't really know what to say about this. Again, didn't get to see much of it at the time, but close win for Saints against Nighthawks 2. This is usually one of those leagues that is a whitewash results all the way around. But
I
yeah,
don't think Nighthawks 2 have really been in it. It's weird to see them go from 12-10 against Saints to 15-9 against Raptors 2.
I mean 59 is not a terrible result, but
No, but like Saints, I would have put them Saints second probably at the start of the season. Like they got the win, which is what they needed, obviously, and we obviously don't know whether, you know, it was comeback of sorts, you know.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Saints are
um,
still second, I believe.
But no,
I
it's true. Looking at the
believe.
other results, like Saints beating Nighthawks by 1 set is surprising when you consider Nighthawks lost by 3 sets to Raptors, who lost by 6 sets to Crocs, who lost by 2 sets to Saints. Like if you draw it as a chain like that, that's actually quite. It should be a much bigger gap between Saints and Nighthawks if it was just pure maths. If it wasn't a sport.
The
Yeah.
numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
God.
Anyway,
Good result for Nighthawks, even if they didn't win the match.
Yeah.
It is no. I definitely. I'm not taking away from that. It was just strange to see Saints going toe to toe with them.
I'm going to give us credit for the fact that I'm not sure if it was or not, but I believe that was our match to catch last time. So good on us for predicting the one close game.
I would have thought it was Crocs. You know.
I don't actually know if it was or not. I could be completely lying.
So you're giving us credit, but you're not 100% sure we deserve credit.
Well, obviously.
Take the wins we can get.
Obviously. Yeah, I can't.
That's Men's League 3.
Men's League 3 table.
Bovines won a lot too.
Yeah.
What a shock. Anyhow.
Anywho.
Such a linear table again, like 12 points, 10 points, 8 points, 6, 6, 4, 2, 0, and the set difference is all in the correct order as well. That's such a linear league.
You're
like
boring.
I swear.
Not that that's a
bore me.
bad thing.
You
It's
bore
just,
me.
Yeah. It is.
That's actually a good point. The refs for League 3 were ignored. Actually, no, it's because that was the results, not the fixtures. I've been baited. Move on. I did what Nick was meant to do. Yeah. I bottled it. I seen a chance to slag off Nick, and I just absolutely
you got too
backfired on me.
excited.
I did.
Absolutely.
I really did. I've absolutely been debated.
It's debated. But yeah, for our audio listeners, if you want to go see that table, go find it on British Dodgeball because it's a really boring table.
Bovines and Saints are top. Panthers have yet to win a game.
Slagging off so many leagues.
No, we're giving them motivation to perform better to give us interesting results.
Make Nick more interested. I'm usually the one that's shitting on leagues. This is the first time Nick's been so negative about it. I'm taken aback by it.
No, I mean, like, the thing is, right, to put in perspective, like, these leagues, we know that the issue with them is that for the last season or two, they've only existed for, like, what? League 4 has existed the first time this season. League 3, this is the second season that it's existed. They've got, like, teams that have just, like, walked in to that league. Like, Burton Panthers should be in League 4. Like, they just should. But based on how things would go, if there's a certain number of teams that apply this year, they won't get relegated unless, depending on what happens with St. George's Park. So, like, it's one of those things where these two leagues haven't been given a chance to even themselves out for competitive play. That's not on the teams. It just means that they're not as competitive as, like, League 2, 1, and Super League, and even League 2 to a point. Like, it was competitive at the beginning, but like now it's starting to settle. You're starting to see some trends appear, and really, like we said, the fight for League 2 is the middle of the table. Like that's where the competition is.
Just a summary there is that Nick just doesn't give a shit. I'm such a bad person. Anyway,
Nick will give a shit in a few years' time.
You'll be less shit soon. Stir the pot.
Why do I tolerate these people?
You chose us.
Tolerate. How posh did you sound there? Wow.
I do tolerate you.
Tolerate. Ronald. Anyway.
Right. Yeah.
So Bovines are playing Hawks 2, and that was a close game between Saints and Hawks 2. So this could be the first tight game for Bovines this season. It's not going to be, but you can live and dream. You can live a dream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think these are all going to be fairly clear cut.
Virtue
actually,
Panthers.
no, Virtue. I was about to say Virtue Panthers could actually be a good game there. To be fair, Don't say anything else.
Raptors 2 and Saints as well, based on last time's results as well, could be interesting. I don't think it will be, but it could be.
Crocs Hawks could also be a good game, to be fair.
Yeah, Crocs Hawks, I'd put more money on being a good game.
But yeah, if you're sticking around Sunday that late, go watch Women's Super League.
Next gonna watch Virtue.
Go watch Women's Super.
The only team he likes more than Wessex is Virtue Empire.
We're just not acknowledging
Leeds.
the fact that I still like Leeds. Like Leeds.
No, they're third.
Leeds
They're third, mate. Mate, that's third.
Wow. Anyway, our match to catch is Crocs versus Nighthawks 2, because it is probably one of the closer games that's going to happen, based on where they are in the table as well. You know what? I'm not going to pick first. I'm going to let others go first. You know, I'm a gentleman after all. I'll let you go first. Either of you.
Gentleman, my ass.
I'm gonna say Nighthawks purely based on the results that we just talked about, where they seem like they're on and up. I mean, those results were a while ago, but yeah, I'll go Nighthawks.
Yeah, different year, wasn't it?
Jesus.
You thought the New Year puns were gonna end, folks.
It's nearly February, goddammit.
Not even a pun. It wasn't even a pun. It was a joke. Do you know what else is a joke? Crocodiles. I'm going Nighthawks. Let's do it. Go on. I'm back in Zoe today.
So you're saying Nighthawks, right?
Yes, I am.
Do I book the trend? Do I back Crocs? You know what? Yeah, you know what? I will. On their day, Crocs are a really solid team, and they can do it. And I wouldn't. This is one that I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if it goes either way. Like any result, could be a draw, could be one set in it. Even if it's a 3-set win, I wouldn't be surprised by the result if it went either way.
Yes, those are all valid results in dodgeball. There will be a result at the end of it. Yeah, I agree.
I'll be really surprised if the result is like adds up to an uneven number. Actually, I think that would be the surprise.
You know what? That would be a genuine surprise. Oh my god, I'm disappearing because I'm not resting there.
Anyway,
what about Bevers?
Bevers backs me. 50%.
Unlucky Nick. That's the one thing you don't want to see is Bevers backing you.
Yeah, the signs of failure are showing. Hey, to be fair, he's got Crocs winning quite comfortably, 50% to 28% of Nighthawks. I'd say that's relatively comfortable. I don't know. I don't really know how the numbers work, to be honest. What do the numbers mean?
I was gonna say I don't know if he's using results from say regional league last year, where Crocs did very well against what were labelled as Storm 1, Storm 2, and it was roughly the same Crocs team that exists now, but it wasn't obviously National League Storm 1 and Storm 2.
Pretty sure it's just National League and Opens. But they're weighted differently.
Yeah, I think he probably weighs them differently if he does use them.
Oh, he did say opens are 0.5 weighted and National Leagues are 2.
I think he does use regional because I think he
he does, because that's how he got predictions for Brayford and Chippenham.
Yeah, I'll wait for him to say
no,
something.
Essex.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think Crocs have really surprised me this season, though. Like, I didn't expect them to be doing this well.
They've had some good mids, yeah.
It's been good.
I don't know, like, having reffed them the year before, I definitely know they have the ability to do it. It's just consistency for them, I think, is the thing. I think what's more surprising is how consistent and solid a performance the women's team have put out.
Yes, absolutely.
Talk about that whenever we talk about the women's teams, you know.
Okay, I'll shut up about my favourite league.
Apparently Beverage uses everything, including people.
Wow.
Honestly, I am on one today.
Jesus. I'm not even going to apologise for that. So Mentally
Why would you apologise for it?
I mean, it's quite a bad thing to say that someone uses people. But anyway.
No, you can use me any day of the week.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
Why does it look like
Anyway,
there's like
Men's League
a
4.
Men's League 4. I actually attended half of this, so I do kind of know what happened. I don't know what happened with Leeds like nearly drawing to Essex, who are top of the league and undefeated at the moment. Like, I don't quite know how that happened, and then they absolutely shat the bed against Mustangs too. Like having watched them in that Mustangs game, Mustang 3, sorry.
it's like
Um,
watching the men's first team for them, to be fair.
yeah, you can't talk. You weren't there. You have no idea how bad it was.
I have no idea. Honestly, no idea.
It was rough. It was rough to watch. Rough to watch on the coach's box. Yeah, definitely some things to go back and train. But I mean, to be fair, still better quality league than the Northeast Regional, and better ref. Because like yeah, regional leagues just don't get the attention that they need to be competitive and to fulfill their purpose, in my honest opinion. But yeah, no, I mean the one that we're talking about was that Essex Spartans game. That was nuts to watch, like genuinely nuts. It was so back and forth, and it seems that neither team have any discipline in ball retention. I mean, when you have wall to wall, that's not really a problem because you just
No,
always
no. That's the
certainly
fun
get
thing
the
about
ball.
wall to wall, isn't it? That you can just play pure aggressiveness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was hilarious that last 60-second set. Like neither team knew whether they were up or losing, so they were just going like full gung ho to win it. And if I remember correctly, it ended in a draw.
Brilliant.
So yeah, both teams lost out there. I think Essex were ahead for most of the match, but like only by one set at a time. It was never a significant lead. And I don't know what to say. Like I think Spartans had a bit better skill and ability on their team at times, but Swords definitely had better team cohesion. But that's because Spartans 3 is such a new team, I think. That's kind of to be expected, whereas Essex have been playing for a bit. But yeah, no, it was a good match to watch. It was actually good fun. A reminder of how chaotic wall-to-wall can be, and probably what we're going to see at that random league that no one really knows what happens this Saturday.
If you want
Yeah.
to hear my input into the league, the
Go on.
team that played Mustangs at the top, you know, the 8-12, that looks
Yeah.
like a goose that's flapping its wings.
No way.
I actually do have something to say about
true
them.
as well.
It's true. Like I don't know how someone called Brayford Beasts puts a goose out. Like,
Exactly, that is.
like
I
that.
was
It's
trying to
Brayford.
work it out.
Which Brayford Beasts is 100% having like gone to and refed like the mixed open and the Bucks mixed open. It is literally Uni of Lincoln. Like it's
Fair
all their
play,
players
fair
that
play.
just turn up. And to be fair, like they're getting results here, whereas they're not getting it in Bucks. So you know they got to win somewhere.
They might get them in Mixed League 1 though.
Are they turning up to mixed league? Oh wait, is it as Brayford or as Uni?
Lincoln, yeah.
Oh wow, cool.
North Mixed 1.
That's a solid team, like solid team. It would be cool
Yeah,
to
we
see.
could discuss this if we were discussing mixed, but we're not. So Men's League 4.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that
let's
league
go
doesn't
on to.
exist.
Let's
If
go
it's
on
not
to
in
the table.
Bever's ratings, it doesn't
It
exist.
doesn't exist.
Yeah. Watch Bevers post like an article
I
tomorrow
know,
morning,
I'm
just rush it
literally
out.
waiting for it. I'm literally waiting for it. He'll do it out of spite.
I hope he doesn't, just because it's like there are so many teams that we don't have ratings for because they're mixed. I don't know what to do here.
It's also because it's mixed league. So that's the wrong table.
That is the wrong table. I don't know why.
Let's
it's wrong.
talk about Men's 3 again, though. It was really fun the first time, so
Oh,
I think we
Vance.
should revisit it.
Yeah. Basically,
Christmas.
Essex maintain their spot at the top of the league because they got 2 wins, even if they were both only by 1 set, and one of them was against second and one of them was against last, which is quite crazy. But yeah, no, not much to say about the table. So for all the listeners, Essex top, Spartans 3 second with a win behind, Brayford Beasts a win behind that, Chargers a win behind that, with Mustangs 2 drawn with them, but set difference keeping Chargers ahead. Silverbacks 3 a win behind that, Mustangs 3 a win behind that, and then Barn Owls on 0 wins at the bottom. Moving on. Fixtures. To be fair,
Getting thoughts.
if this isn't like a surprise to anyone, their next fixtures are in second weekend of February, so that gives you an idea of when we're probably going to be going live again because we're not covering them before then. So that's why we're doing it here. That's also the wrong fixtures.
Let's do the again.
Anywho. Yeah, so this is meet 4 for them. So this is their halfway fixtures. So the first half of their last matches of the first half of the season, the second half of the first matches of the second half of the season, if that makes any sense.
It didn't, but we'll just move on.
Cool.
I
Sorry.
thought it did, Nick. You know.
Oh, thank you, Colin.
Still looks like a goose. I'll not lie.
It does.
I think it looks very beast-like. Have you seen how fearsome geese are at times? Like, Jesus, don't mess with the geese.
This is where you have a PTSD story behind it, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you've got. I can't actually see it. It's like too pixelated on my screen. Is that thirds against silverback thirds? Mustang thirds? Yeah, I think it is.
Yes.
So that's a fairly big game for both of them because they're at the bottom of the table. They need to get their wins. Other than that, yeah, like I don't know, not much. There's not much I can say about it because we haven't watched too much of it.
Could
we
be
have
a
been
good game between Spartans and Brayford, right? Brayford.
Yeah, Brayford. I think 3rd or 4th. I can't remember. I just said it, but I can't remember.
Yeah. So that should be a good game, to be fair. Imagine everything else is pretty clear cut from what I can see.
Well, it depends on how, because so it goes Mustangs 2s, Silverbacks 3s, Mustangs 3s. So Silverbacks playing both the thirds and the seconds will really like tell us if they're like in between those two or whether or not they've just had a bad result or whatever. Because they haven't played Mustangs 3s yet, so it could be a chance for them to get a bit of confidence going into that Mustangs 2 game, and go from there. Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
All good.
Oh, good.
All right.
I might get down to watch it again. I don't know. I can never commit to these things.
Yeah, same as usual. Like if they can send us footage, that would be super helpful because I don't know anything about Men's League 4 and just having a couple matches like just put on in the background while I'm working would be really helpful to be able to actually say more during this section.
To be fair, they've sent a couple of matches. Yeah, they've sent a couple of matches over, which is good to watch.
Yeah.
I think it's mainly Essex and Spartans we've been able to see.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Which I can kind of guess what the Essex and Spartans matches are going to look like. So.
Given that they're the top 2 in the table.
Yeah. So it'd be more interesting to see some of the other ones in the table. They'll obviously keep sending Spartans and Essex ones as well.
Was that sass from Nick? Wow. Wow.
You've met me before, right?
He's a changed man.
I'm really not. It's always been there. That's my secret. I'm always angry. Yeah, so Chippenham, I back you in this one. I think Brayford.
Chippenham, I back you.
I choose you. Yeah, Brayford, like you're definitely like a good squad. Like I wouldn't say I wouldn't doubt that, but I just think Chippenham definitely looked good. They've got some really solid results, like big wins this season in this league. So I wouldn't be surprised if Chippenham got another win here.
Zoe, do you want to go?
No. Can we hear Bevers?
You want to hear Bevers?
I'll go before Bevers if you want.
Go on.
Go for it.
I'm gonna pick the geese.
Heard it here first. Brayford geese are going. Colin's prediction.
It's a bet led.
For any
Oh
reason,
my
other than
god!
The fact that they look like geese, or just you enjoy their symbol today?
I just enjoy the symbol. I'll be honest. I feel like I've seen a new shiny thing and I've gone, I like it.
I back that.
That was the most like I don't really care. I back that I've ever heard. But yeah, I back that.
I just like the kid. Do you know like those like people that pick NFL teams for the first time and go, what's the coolest sounding name? Or like people that go horse racing is a great example. Where they go, that name sounds pretty. I'll pick Pink Thunder. Yeah, I feel like that's what I've done with this league.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair enough, considering you haven't been down to commentary to watch it. So
No,
it's totally fair.
I'll try and watch more of the footage, but I will not be making a trip to Coventry. Apologies.
You've given up too many weekends to dodgeball already. Zoe,
Yeah, chipping him.
just go,
Sorry,
just go.
Colm.
The rule of averages here.
Don't apologize whenever I take over, right? That's all I'm saying. No.
This is how you draw ahead of the table.
I need some differential, Zoe, because like I need some way of catching up. Like
The thing is the way these predictions gone, I've gone on some and Colin's gone on some. Like, this means that Zoe, if she gets she could be miles ahead from both of us after this week.
yeah,
Or it could be
but
just a really weird meet, and then I lose out. You never know.
it's like
It's what happened the
Derby's.
last time.
It's like Derby's games, you know. Like it starts off really close, and then Zoe knowing ball just storms ahead, you know.
You say like Derby's games, it starts off really close. Most matches start with pretty close because they start at
Most of them
0-0.
start in a draw, actually, and then
Yeah, but I meant like
usually one team goes
half
half
time.
Fuck's sake. This is
For
the
loads of-
top
for loads of Derby
quality
matches.
analysis you get
For
from
most
our
of
friends.
Derby's matches, it
down
gets to
here.
half time and it's a draw.
This
and
absolute
then
moron.
go away.
I feel
Hayes been
so-
trying. You are trying so hard to get me back, and it's just not working.
I feel bad for our audio listeners because they're just hearing us argue and nothing's coming across in terms of dodgeball. Anyway, let's get on to some interesting leagues again, shall we? Let's go to Women's Super League. Quick reminder of the table. Spartans have jumped to the top of the league because even though they have lost a game, they've won more and they've got a better set difference than Derby. And Derby are undefeated, but unfortunately not got the set difference above Spartans. And then you've got the crazy situation where actually all the top three are all equal on points. So Derby, even though that they've drawn 3, still managed to have better set difference than East Anglia Valkyries. So they're all tied on 17 points at the top of the table. Then you've got Bedford Mighty Eagles, just a single win behind on 4th. And then you've got the battle to not get relegated between 5th and 10th, where Sheriffs are on 8 points, Storm are on 7, Rangers on 6, Bees on 5, Storm 2 on 4, and Raptors on 2. Raptors looking pretty. They're not on 2, they're on 4. I still haven't changed the graphic from last week's podcast.
I was gonna save that one.
Cool. Thanks.
For
Right.
later, but yeah.
Moving on because I've made a mistake.
You've been doing the podcast.
That is my singular mistake. Yes, let's go with that. Sure. End of the day on a Sunday. It's a rough one.
It is. You're correct, sir. Long all day,
it's a
especially for
long
those
day.
of us that are there all day.
Mm.
Anyway, go on, Zoe. Give us the
Thank you.
breakdown. What are the matches to watch?
This is what's my microphone's now gonna break up really badly. This is the
I've been
monologue.
waiting for it.
Yeah, 2 interesting matches for Raptors, as in 2 really, really horrible matches that I think are not going to go their way and are going to keep them at the bottom of the table. But it would be really fun if they didn't happen like that. I think, I mean, the Valkyries and Derby one has got to be a match to watch, just in the sense of Derby still haven't been defeated, and that's an opportunity for it. It could be another draw for them as well. It seems that they're incapable of being beaten, but can very easily get drawn, or not easily, but can take draws. And interesting to see if they can pick themselves up after what happened against Queens. Over 2 Queens matches, it's tempting to say after the last meet that those 2 could be quite interesting, because drawing against Derby should mean you could beat Sheriff. I kind of do feel that draw against Derby was a little bit of a fluke. I can see myself behind where I'm saying it's really annoying. Yeah, no, the Derby match was kind of not of a mix of different factors that are beyond Queens. It's so bad.
Yeah, this is exactly how it went. I shouldn't laugh, but I will. What I'm gonna do now is chip in with what I was gonna say.
She's fully frozen there. Oh yeah. Go on then.
Well, you get
I think even my Discord had a bit of a blip there. No, I'm actually one game that I think has kind of gone under the radar that I'm looking forward to watching is Spartan versus Sheriffs. I think Sheriffs have been improving meet by meet at quite a high rate, to be honest. And I wouldn't be surprised if they gave Spartans a really good game. So that's what I'm really looking forward to watching. The other ones, I think it was mentioned before, Valkyries versus Derby. Who the hell knows what's going to happen in that game? I've given up trying to predict anything that the Valkyries try to do, because every time I pick them up, they get beat. Every time I say, "Oh, they're not looking that great," they end up beating the best teams in the league. So I'm just gonna say nothing and be super fucking neutral. Yeah, those are the two matches I'm really looking forward to the most.
I think that Spartans Sheriffs one could be interesting, but I don't know. Like I still hope and feel that Spartans will handle that one. If anything,
I just want to point out we've just revoked your status in the Emily Walker fan club. Congratulations.
It's nothing about Emily. It's 100% just about League of Legends.
You
If
just
anything,
said you hope. You just said you hope Spartans walk.
yeah,
away.
because I hope that this will keep things interesting at the bottom of the table. Because we can't have Sheriffs getting too comfortable, like solidly mid-table, can we now? Like, we want to keep.
So
it
you
interesting.
want Emily Walker to be fighting relegation? Disgraceful.
I mean, keeps things interesting. I'm sure Emily would agree.
Don't think she would. Funny enough.
Emily's not gonna be
Funny
like,
enough.
I really relegated.
I mean, you're entitled to an opinion, I guess.
You're no longer entitled to give Emily's.
Oh dear. But yeah, I mean, some other interesting one like Valkyries versus Rangers could be interesting, like depending on how that first results go with Derby. Like if Valkyries just don't show up, then like Rangers have been performing pretty well this year, so they've got a few good results underneath them. So I'd say that could turn out to be quite interesting. And yeah, I agree with everything that Zoe was saying about both the Bees games. I think they're both pretty critical to them. So yeah,
I think every game's critical for Storm 2, Raptors, and Queens, to be honest.
True. Anyway,
Bedford Derby could be quite good. The Rangers Beagles one, it could be Rangers taking that win, which will be a surprise. But considering how Beagles have been performing, it's not beyond the realms of possibility.
yeah, definitely. Predictions wise, match to catch.
Match to catch. I saved it for the end this time instead of doing it every single time. I was nice this week.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
Stop it. You little flirt. You're trying to get back in my good mix. You want me to give you back your status, don't you?
Only Emily can do that. Let's be real.
To be fair, I think if Emily had a choice in the matter, the band would the band. Okay. The
fan
group
club.
would have been disbanded, is what I was trying to get to. We got there eventually, you know.
It was a struggle, but
I'm sure she's sick of hearing about how much we talk about her, to be honest.
go on
Anyway.
then, Colm. Seeing as you're being super neutral in this match, you can go
I
first.
knew you were gonna do this. I'm gonna go for Derby.
Wow, that's just rude. I think.
Solid.
Solid. Terrible. Yep.
Go on, Nick. We'll leave Zoe's for last.
Yeah.
Oh, he's done it.
I'm doubling down. I picked them last time. I'm picking them again. This time they'll prove me right.
Let's do the mashed potato. Anyway, so Bever's prediction.
Because Zoe is that indecisive. What did? Oh, bloody hell, that is a close one. By
There's a
1%.
meme there, but I can't think of it.
By 1%. As in Bevis' own words. Ooh, my word. Yeah. Oh
Ooh,
my word.
his word.
Yeah, that is 39.2% to Valkyrie's 38.2%. So currently, I'm predicting Valkyries to win, and Colm and Bevers have got Derby. What's Zoe
Go on,
going as?
Zoe. Spit the vote. Spit the vote.
I'm gonna say Valkyries.
Yes! Come on! Things you want to hear.
I've
I
absolutely baited
actually,
both of you tonight.
I actually think it'll be a draw.
Yeah,
I'll
but we're
go
not
with
allowed to predict that.
Yeah, we're not allowed to predict that.
I
Nick,
think
I
it'll
Nick's
be a
vetoed that
draw
idea.
and I think Derby will be the ones to make it a draw in the last set. So that's why I'm saying Valkyries, just because I thought.
What
on
I'm
that.
hearing is that you're putting Valkyries on the same level as Queen Bees. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
That's all. That's what I'm hearing.
Future
You know.
winners of the league.
I mean that's the truth. Mutual winners of the league.
I agree. I agree. Great punditry work from Zoe there.
Thank you. I'm also putting on who were the other people they drew against? It was Beagles and Spartans, right? So like
Yeah,
that's some decent company. It feels like it would
That's
round out top four.
bonkers, you know.
I was just gonna say,
Valkyries
I was
to-
about to check, but aren't these like the two drawiest teams of the league?
Oh yeah,
Probably, yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
So yeah, this
Spart-
is gonna be a
Spartans,
technical-
to
draw.
be fair,
technical
Spartans
term
are in
there.
that, I think.
Technical term there, the drawiest. No, they've only drawn one. I
I
think.
thought they drawn two.
Uh,
I might be wrong. I might be wrong here.
I'll just
In
check.
fact,
Bring it up. I could just go out to the fixtures scene and find out for us.
no, you're right. It's just one. It's just one. To be fair, everybody's
Yeah,
just
Valk-
one except for
How about
Phantoms.
surely Valkyrie
Lol.
have drawn two?
Lol. No, they're on one. I've just.
Did they not? Did they? Oh, they
You're
beat
wrong.
They beat Mighty Eagles, didn't they? They didn't draw to them. They beat them.
You are wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. Thanks, Colin.
You're welcome. That's my feedback.
Right. And obviously onto the saving best to last. Our favourite league, Women's League One. Going into the table.
I'll just leave now because
Yeah. Bye.
that's
That's
My
Yes,
microphone
yes.
messed up.
you two will just talk for days about this.
fucking
It'll
the
just
best
be
league
me
ever.
speaking robotically. Like, in-
Anyway,
Genuinely, I think
for our
if,
audio
I think if
listeners-
Nick and Mario are league, it'll be League One. And he
Wow.
also in Wessex, he's still waiting for the transfer fee to be paid for him to join. You know.
Just from the opposite end of the country.
If they paid Leeds a fiver for you, Leeds would take it. I'm just putting it out there.
Wow, I'm worth more than a fiver. Anyway, for our audio listeners, we have Wessex Wolves at the top with 19 points, a win ahead of Leeds Owls, who are a draw point ahead of White Tigers, who are 2 wins ahead of Mavericks in fourth. Again, a draw ahead of Phantoms 2, who are a win again ahead of Nighthawks and Spartans 2, who are drawed, but set difference puts Nighthawks in front. And then Crocs, Honeybees, and Sheriffs 2 are at the bottom of the table, quite a way adrift, and still a win difference between Crocs and Honeybees. Yeah,
Ooh.
that's where the tables are. I didn't mention on the last. I don't think I mentioned it when we were looking at the table last time. Still blows my mind. A team can win 6, lose 4, and have a set difference of -2.
You
Like-
did mention this last time.
But I didn't mention it I mentioned it on the table. Like just for the people watching. Like, look at that. That's not a typo. That's actually happened. There are 2 teams below them who have won less with better set difference. That's crazy. It's crazy stuff. Anyway,
Crazy.
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 Oh my god. That's the wrong one.
Yes, it is.
It's going so well.
You've been on fire tonight, matey.
Oh man, it's been the best day, as you know, as we talked about before. Bright and early Sunday morning, 9:30.
Easy like Sunday morning.
That Mavericks Nighthawks game is going to be good.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
going to be a good game. The crack of dawn.
And you know what? I think that Leeds game against Derby seconds actually could be a bit more interesting because Leeds need to keep bouncing back and keep putting that pressure on Wessex. Because I
Yeah.
think a lot of what Leeds are going to go through now is going to be mental game more than anything.
Mhm.
So I think
Yeah.
little annoying fidgety teams are going to be more annoying and fidgety now that you know there's a lot of weight behind a loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the Mavericks game is going to be worse because they are so consistent. They're not necessarily niggly, but they are a unit as they play as a team. Like they are so well drilled. It's going to be hard to break them down. So you're going to have to be playing well as a team and as individuals to break them down. We've seen how close they've drawn White Tiger. They beat White Tigers last time, and how close that they brought Wessex. So yeah, it's going to be
I
a
agree.
good
The
game.
reason why I said the Derby game was purely because it was first, and Derby are a good team. Like I've watched a few of their matches that they posted on YouTube, and honestly, a lot of their losses like look a lot worse than what they deserve. Like they tend to like just about lose a lot of their sets. So all they have to do is start taking, the extra catch here and there, and turn a lot of those losses into draws or wins. So it's going to be a statement game for Leeds. I think.
Yeah. I think that's also what makes the Derby v Wessex game quite interesting at the end of that session, just because they're both teams that are very good at catching, and they're both teams that kind of get in that headspace of get one catch, get 20 catches in a
Yeah.
match. It just depends how early on in that game they can get them. So it could go, I mean, it will probably go Wessex's way, but I could see it not going their way.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
agree.
there's no easy games in this league, as we've said before. So that Sheriff Spartans 2 game, like at the beginning of the season, that was it's like such a close game all the way through. It's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out this time. And yeah, obviously, like Wessex Spartans 2, we saw what Spartans 2 did to Leeds last time. I was absolute nail biter to the end. It'll be interesting to see how they can push Wessex that way as well, and see if they make Wessex make those decisions at the very end of the match to keep their cool and get the win.
And Honeys v Crocs could be quite an interesting one for Honeys. That's a match that's within their reach if they perform well. So yeah, lots of
Definitely.
interesting things going on.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, on to predictions then. Match to catch. Last one of the evening. We have Mavericks versus. No,
That was a nail biter.
no. I wait. I think I've stopped the stream accidentally.
You stopped the stream?
I think maybe we're still recording. I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna have to wait now and see what happens. No, we are live. We're on live. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. Oh my God, the panic there. Jesus. We're still live. Okay. I don't know what happened there. That was just OBS being weird. Whew. All right. Panic over.
This is
Anyway,
this episode.
It's
Hope you-
absolute
hope you-
mess.
hope
This is
you
why
enjoyed
this
this
is why
whole
we're
mess.
not this is why we're not doing this format again. We're just gonna go full at it next time because I know what I'm doing
We're
next.
so tired as well compared to usual. Like normally the results get us like sort of excited and stuff, and all three of us are here like every league sucks, everything's stupid, it's all not worthwhile.
I've been in such a fucking shit house before. I've enjoyed this episode.
Glad someone did. If you have enjoyed it, hit a like button.
Give us a subscribe.
Yep. I'm going Mavericks. They're such a consistent team. Nighthawks have been all over the place. I think Mavericks will be good enough to know that Nighthawks are held together by one or two players, and if they target them, that they'll somewhat fall apart. And I think Mavericks will get this.
I concur.
Bold decision. Really putting yourself out there for the predictions there.
Go on, do it. Go on, Zoe. Go on, Zoe. Do it. Do it. Do it.
No,
You know
it's
you want
Mavs.
to.
It's got to be Mavs.
And
Mavs
there was
for the
I had no conviction trying to convince you.
I do think Nighthawks could give them a run for their money, but it's like you said, they're really inconsistent. So if
Oh, no.
Nighthawks show up and they're having a good day, it could be a draw.
The couple of times I watched the Nighthawk women, like I definitely think Mavericks are stronger across the board this season.
The-
Yeah, but that's going to be based on like last year's results.
I mean, yeah, you saw
last year,
the
last year Nighthawks was a lot stronger than.
yeah.
Remember.
If you've seen the graphs that Bev has showed us, yeah, definitely, yeah, definitely like biased towards the results that happened last year and how good Nighthawks were. They were so close to promotion. They just haven't looked that same team, and it, you know, doesn't give credit to how well Hartlepool have looked this year. So I think that's, you know, the benefit that we get is that we're not dependent on last year's results, and we can see form, and the form at the moment is Hartlepool. Hartlepool have definitely got it.
This is why we have always said that Bever's rating system would be really sick in like 5 years time.
Yeah.
Around when Men's League 3 and 4 starts.
Whenever they don't exist.
Yeah, whenever they do. Yeah, that and I mean when Women's League 1 as well like becomes, there's Women's League 2, etc. as well. You'll start to see that. I think that'll be it. But yeah, that's it. That's all we've got. That's all we've got to talk about. Woo!
Winner,
We'll
winner,
be-
chicken dinner.
We'll be better next time, I swear. Like, this was absolute. Like, thanks for sticking with us, all 11 people who've been through that pain. Because like my days,
Consistently on 10 viewers. I'm very impressed by that.
I'm yeah.
What is wrong with people? Why would you do this on a Wednesday evening? I don't want to do this on a Wednesday evening.
Don't lie. You're like talking shit about dodgeball on a Wednesday
I
evening.
do it on a different evening. It's just why Wednesdays of all days.
We agreed this at
Wednesdays
the
we drink
beginning of the
wine.
year.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be.
I like it. It breaks up our week.
Yeah, it's gonna be Wizards Wednesday next time because
It's gonna be Wizards Wednesday.
Oh God! Oh no! 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 No!
I so want them
no.
to win now.
No, I'm not okay with this. I'm not okay with this.
Let's make it a thing, Wizards. Beat Ronda this weekend and make it Wizards Wednesday.
I regret everything.
It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, if you're listening on podcasts or whatever form you're listening to on podcast, give us a rating if you can. Give us a review if you're on a media platform, then we'll give us that option.
You don't believe us, but it's genuinely really helpful when you do.
Yeah, it's great. And it's really cool, like, you know, seeing the numbers and the feedback and everything. So yeah, you can also contact us through social medias. We also do have an email if you are so inclined, which is just catchingoutpod@outlook.com, I believe. Yeah, it's on our social media. Just contact us through social media. Be normal, and preferably
Send a
through
lot.
meme format. Like if
Send
you,
a 2,000.
No, we've had some awful memes sent to us. I'm not allowing this. I don't think I can cipher through a shit ton of crap memes. Can't lie.
but yeah, and if you're watching on YouTube right now, don't forget to subscribe because still 50% of you watching aren't subscribed. You can't rely on us to post into British dodgeball community every time because they might not allow us all the time. Like they might
Not wrong.
they might just put their foot down and be like, nah, these guys are spamming at this point.
Honestly, I haven't seen much else being posted in it, so I yeah, you just know where to find us.
Yep. So yeah, give us like, subscribe, and yeah, see you on Sunday because that's when we'll actually watch dodgeball. No, Saturday's not happening.
Saturday is great. Stop shitting on next week for no reason.
What league?
Fun.
Anyway,
I'm
see you
leaving the
later.
podcast over this.